don't have a lot of them, but this is you can imagine the type of people we work with, cranberry growers, they're farmers, they're kind of, some are rough with their language and da-da-da, some guys don't like that. And so yeah, like I say, that's when it comes to me teaming up people and watching the mix of employees. So, but like I say, I've never had fist fights of just arguments, and I'll bring them both in, and usually we'll get it resolved and on their way. But and if one of them can't resolve it, they usually have to go out the door. And if we can't work together here as a team, so but usually doesn't get to that. But
would you say there's fair employment for females and like every ethnicity? Because like,
oh yeah,
I mean, I'm not saying that girls are weak, but like they can't lift as much
Right.
as like your average guy. So.
but yeah, I have probably 6 women that work for me right now in the field. They're Guatemalans. And we have Guatemalans, Cambodians. We have all the nationalities. Oh yeah, we try to give everybody a fair chance. But like I say, yeah, nothing. The heavy lifting, we leave that to the men, of course. But the women are actually, for the certain part of the job that I give them, they're fantastic. The more tedious stuff that guys don't really have the patience for, and they love it. So, but yeah, the 6 women that I have, I've had them 8 years now. They come back, they go to Guatemala for the winter, come back, and they love working here. Yeah. So, and we have a lot of women in the office, but not as many in the field, of course. But we've had a few full-time employees, but it's tough because you're working a lot of nights. It's not a great place for a woman because you're wet and cold all the time, and see, it is rough. We've had a couple try it, and they've worked out pretty good, but unfortunately, it's not quite as good as the men do. But if a woman wants to give it a try, I'm all for it. This is what it entails. You want to try it? Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah, I like having a good-looking woman around now. Shut the camera now.
Do you believe a great leader is born or made?
It's always a tough question.
Well, I think your bringing up has a lot to do with it. I've had, and trying to think of the best answer to that one. I think it's a little of both. I mean, as you manage people, of course, a leader, you learn your mistakes, just like any job. How you handle different situations. But I think the CEO is funny. He's a hard ass, but he's got a big heart. The last couple of years being more associated with him because I directly report to him now. You didn't think of them before, but so I think you got to have a big heart and you got to care about people. You care about how they feel and what the conditions. So I think it's a little of both. Like I say, I feel I get better every year because I handle situations and I get a lot of good feedback from everybody, which I like. I like negative and positive at the same time. But yeah, I'd say it's 50-50.
Do you look at your employees as like more of a number or like a personal basis?
Oh, personal, yeah.
Personal.
Yeah. Like I say, I can't even tell you the number exactly I have. I probably have 26, 30, but yeah.
But
I mean, you don't mean numbers. I know you don't mean numbers that way, but I don't even think of them as, numbers period, how many I have, and I treat them all the same. That's important. When we talked about how to treat people, you can't favor anybody, that's for sure. I don't know if you get one time I was talking to someone at a table of people and I was talking about sports, or we're waiting for something else, and that guy complained to somebody else somebody complained that Lee was talking about sports with this guy. So, that's favoritism. What? Yeah, reported to my manager at the time. I had a manager over me. I'm like, so it's funny how people will take things. So, but yeah, it's funny. Yeah, like I say, it's funny when you deal with everybody's got a way they look at people. Yeah. So it's when you get 30, 40 different people working for you. You might be favoring this one, or this guy doesn't care about us. So you try to come across even keel with everybody. And I show being patient, like I say, is important. Yeah. Important part of managing. But what was a direct question on that one? Did I actually answer it? I got off. Okay.
Born or made, and
oh, okay. That was still
pretty
following
much
that.
made from the way you said it.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I think you bring it up has a lot to do with how you're brought up, of course, a little bit, of course, but, having some good morals and stuff, of course, and caring about people, and because I've seen bosses just think people, because they're their boss. We've had bosses in our place, they treat them like crap. I'm like, well, how are you going to get anything out? I ain't going to work for somebody like that. I wouldn't. I'd quit.
Do you think it's lifelong learning? Somebody in that situation they could treat one bad, but they'd learn from that.
Right.
And in the future, have like 3 or 4 that they treat well.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, your question is you're learning from the one you treat?
Do you think it's lifelong learning?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I learn something all the time. Yep. Yeah, I wish I handled that a little different. I should have said thank you maybe, and I didn't, or, so communicating's important. Because I have actually had one guy interviewed, he came back to me about a year later, he goes, that was the best, I want to let you know, that was the best interview I ever had. Oh, really? Thanks. I said, why is that? He said, you just made me feel comfortable. He asked, after we talked about some work in Cranberry, I said, oh, what do you do for fun? And he was a drummer and he plays in a band, and oh, what do you play? What do you play? And he just enjoyed it, like he said. And he's an uptight person, so for him to say it was kind of...
He's not just a number, he's a presence.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And that's how I try to make, like I say, making your guys feel that way is important. So, and I can only do so much. What the company does is, obviously, they do a lot. I have my input of, if they're gonna do a layoff, and we always try never, which we haven't done in years, but I've been in the middle of them, and those are tough. Just 3 or 4 guys you might have to let go, and so then you gotta pick the best, unfortunately, and that's always hard.
How do you balance leisure and work?
Me, myself?
Yes.
I do better at it now. Years ago, I was all work, just like your father. Like I say, I've gotten better at it. I try to, now that I've gotten older, I'm probably getting to the point where I got about 10, 15 more years of work. So I gotta start thinking about my life a little bit. You get that many more years to live, you start thinking about it a little bit, you know? So I've done a lot better at it. Just making the time for it and having better people under me has helped a lot. Like having your father helps me. I got 2, 3 real good managers now. If you don't have a good staff that you can trust and depend on, it makes your life more miserable. So, and a lot of people are intimidated as hiring people that are as good as them or maybe even better. Mm-hmm. But I'll take all I can get. If I can push work to that guy and don't worry about it, I can go to the next job. Not that I'm trying to get rid of work, I'm just saying, but all right, that part of the job's all set. Now I can go to this one. So, hiring key people is huge. People you can trust and, like I say, depend on, and quality, good qualities. And I have that now, so I think that's helped a lot I have more leisure time now. I feel I can walk away for a week now, and before I'd take a vacation for 2 days and come back. It's no vacation, especially with this job. You're working 80, 90 hours a week sometimes, and so a week off is huge. So
Is the job overly stressful?
you can make it that way. Any job you can make overly stressful if you stress on it, yeah. I did a lot of that, like I say, back in the day. I was aging myself wicked, so I was like, all right, I'm doing a good job, I think. I gotta slow down. So, but stressful as far as, the only thing I hate about my job I can't control is Mother Nature. That's the hardest part of my job. I can't control what she does to me, so all you can do is take notes, remember what you did in this situation last time. You got 4 inches of rain right in the middle of bloom, or all right, I pulled the water off harder, I did this or that, so that's what makes it stressful, always trying to be ahead of her with what's Mother Nature gonna hand you. That's probably the biggest stress.
Something else that we talked about in that class was, so is there an office? Like, is there
Yeah, it's a main office, yeah.
Okay, so do you go to that office to conduct interviews, or you just like meet them wherever they want to meet, or like over the phone, or?
No, I usually do it right at the main office.
Okay.
Yep.
And would you say that like, it's all about perception? Like, you make sure you're sure that there's no posters on the wall or anything that they would find
Offensive, yeah. Oh, no.
offensive.
Oh, my company won't put up with that, no.
Okay.
It's all
business.
All business, yep.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't like that fooling around stuff in the main office. But yeah, I'll bring them in. The other reason I'll bring them to the office, if they have any HR questions, like she can go over, like we have a 401k plan, the HR lady will meet with them at the same time, and you're like, all right, this is what we can offer you too, just so you can think about it, especially if we're doing an offer. But at the same time, she might have a few questions, or they might on the, what our package is for benefits and stuff like that. So that's why I find it good to go to the office. She's there if there's any questions. CEO is there if he wants to meet him real quick for say hello and introduce him or whatever. So works out good there, I believe. I have met people out in the field, but I think it's better to bring them in. Yeah, more professional, I guess.
Scare them away.
Right.
Even field this one.
Yeah, there's 2 ways of doing it. You could like give them a cranberry and have them chew it while they're interviewing. Or you just sit there with some water.
Oh yeah, we offer the room I have. We got all kinds of drinks. I always ask them, want a coffee, water
We've got
before we start.
beverages all day.
What's that? Beverages, oh yeah, we have
Yeah,
them all.
we have beverages in large supply.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, that's always the first thing I do. I'll bring them in, like a coffee before we start, water, whatever, all that stuff, and try to make them feel a little comfortable. As I know myself, I've never had to do an interview, but I would think, trying to make that person feel comfortable is important, I would think.
And last is, do you have a high job satisfaction level?
Or what? What is
High
it?
job
High job.
satisfaction.
High
Are you
jobs.
happy
I
with
have
what you're
to,
doing?
Oh, am I happy? Oh, yeah, I love what I'm doing,
Yeah.
yeah. That's why I say I wouldn't, because I even told my boss when he told me asking me about being a general manager, I said, what's it entail? He goes, pretty much what you're doing. I said, well, like, I guess if I get a raise, and I didn't say it to him, I'm saying it to myself. I'm like, well, as long as I'm pretty much doing what I'm doing, I'll take it. I don't want to, I don't want to have to travel a lot, and I like the hands-on and teaching teaching. We have a lot of new guys we're trying to bring, because we have in the cranberry industry, there's a lot of older guys that have done it for years, and we're trying to bring in the youth now.
Yeah.
So we're taking our older managers and spending a lot of time with these new people and trying to teach them. So I love doing that. So
Have you traveled with the company? Have you traveled with them?
with my company, I've done a little bit. I go to the Ocean Spray meeting, has a big meeting every year in a different location. I went to Orlando a couple weeks ago for that. I went to Puerto Rico a couple years ago. That was fun. I've been to Vegas once. Then we'll go to other cranberry regions, as Wisconsin's a big cranberry state.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't been to Chile yet, but I've been to New Jersey.
Mm.
So do a little bit, yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Like I say, I don't mind traveling if it's get to do with that. That's fun. That's hands-on. But
Do you, so you say a lot of your employees are older. Do you try and go to high school and promote it there?
we're
or-
actually working on that. We actually built a cranberry bog. Our main core is right in Wareham, Massachusetts. So we actually built a
Okay.
cranberry bog this past spring right at the high school. So they're actually teaching the cranberries, because cranberry's big in Wareham. It's a big part of
Mhm.
everybody,
I got family in Wareham.
of people, making a paycheck. So we feel it's important to help people understand, it's not just, people look at cranberries back in the old days, you were just a laborer and a bum. Now it's actually more sophisticated. Like I say, there's better varieties now. You can learn the chemistry end of it and, learn to fertilize. And so there is parts of it where you can grow and be a high-end employee versus just a laborer all your life. So we're trying to get that through to the kids. So we built a little cranberry bog, and they're all learning how, we're gonna go there and fertilize it and show them what happens when you fertilize it, and kind of hoping maybe 2 or 3 people out of the school, oh geez, I like to do that, and come work a couple summers, almost like an intern, and so we're trying to push the younger generation.
Have you ever tried going into a school or
Oh yeah,
going to a job fair and
yeah, oh yeah, we've done all that type of stuff, yeah. Yeah, we're trying to push it as much as we can to bring in the youth, yeah. Because most of the guys, like myself, when I started back in the day, when a lot of the guys started, it was usually the older guys' kids. And a lot of the kids these days, the bar guys have no interest. Like I went to a meeting this morning, there was 12 older employees, older guys. We had an Ocean Spray meeting. There was one guy who brought his kid, and that was the first kid I've seen in years actually come up from a cranberry grower. Yeah, usually, yeah. There's no interest. Because it is hard work, it's like I say, it's labor intensive at times, but you can hire off for that. But it's also pretty much from mid-April till mid-November until you harvest a crop. You're constantly watching. You're 24 hours a day. You're watching for a heavy rain. Maybe tonight's going to rain a lot. This weekend I might have to work because it's going to be real cold. We might have to protect for frost. So a lot of people don't want that odd schedule, I think is what it is. Most people want that 8 to 5, 9 to 4, whatever it is these days. So I think that's what doesn't attract the younger generation, my opinion. But,
You need a car if you don't have scheduled hours. You need a car I need you here right now.
oh yeah, we have company trucks.
Oh, you have
Oh, yeah.
company trucks.
Oh, you work full time, yeah. So if we call you in the middle of the night for coming out to run sprinkler pumps to protect for frost, you got your truck, your tools, you're all set to go, bang. So,
Have you ever thought about going to Dartmouth schools? Looking around here,
I never have, no.
you might want to.
Right.
Look into it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think all the schools we can tap in the vicinity would be great, I think. As I say, the industry needs it. Let's say you get around the industry quite a bit, how many young people you see?
0.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, you go to a big meeting where there's 300-400 guys, I bet you 10% of them might be 30 or under, if you're lucky. Oh, yeah. So my company, my goal is when I leave in 12, 15 years, whatever it is, to have a good staff in place. When I leave, they're set to go for another 20, 30 years. So That's my main goal before I leave, yeah. So we hired actually 3 full-timers this past year. They were all 30 and under. That worked for us like 3-4 years, part-time, and worked out real good, so we're starting to gain on it a little bit. And we have nothing against age, of course, but, I mean, because actually in cranberry industry, the older guys are actually better because of your knowledge. Because you learn so much from year to year with cranberries. We actually prefer to have, all my managers are 60, and I just hired them 3 years ago. Yep,
Wow.
3-4 years ago, yep. Because you need that experience. Someone can't just walk in and start managing cranberries. It takes quite a bit of
You
knowledge.
can't
and-
just be a manager.
Right up
You
front.
need to be a cranberry manager.
Right,
Okay.
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that part of the part of the business I'm in, right. Like I said, there is sand and gravel and real estate that other parts of the division I don't mess with, but
60, wow. It's old.
I know.
yeah.
You managed to get-
Yeah, these guys are on their way out, so I'm trying to take advantage of their leadership and skills to pass on to the
Yeah,
young
true.
generation. So that's what I'm doing with them, spend a lot of time with these guys and,
Those would be the good people to make like, for them to, for skills and
Right.
training.
Yep.
Put
yeah,
them
exactly,
in
yep.
that position.
And both of those guys came to me looking for, they didn't want to work for Makepeace before because they didn't like the employees really. They both said to me, I always wanted to come to Makepeace, but I never liked the way it was ran, and so it made me feel good that I'm running the show now, and good people are coming to want to work here now, so that makes you feel good. I must be doing things right, because it's 2 of the better employees probably in the industry that came to me, so.
Do you expect your employees to fill out surveys and stuff? Like, what can we improve on? What do you think we can improve on? What would you like us to change?
Yeah, we have sheets that we keep in the main office. Any safety ideas you have, we can do this safer. Any cost saving ideas, we have that. So we're always looking for input. That's one thing I find important, and it makes, like say, and once in a while you do take that guy's input and use it, and that good. Makes that guy feel good. We throw him a little more on his bonus, and so it
Makes him
try to
stay
incent,
around.
right? Try to incent the guy a little bit. Because most of the guys we tell you, you're probably going to be here the rest of your life. Better you can make this job. It's going to be better for you when you're 20 years from now when you're older and can't do a lot of the physical stuff, or you know.
So, how well is like the lowest paying, like the starting job there?
For starting job on the cranberry end of it's 40,000.
Wow. That's actually pretty
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Like say you get a company.
I'm not
Right.
Let's say you get a company truck, real
and
good
they
benefits.
They come in, they're only like, degree.
No degrees, nothing. No.
That's
As a regular bog labor, right?
Mm.
Yeah, but they still got frost nights and everything, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's not 40-hour weeks. It's a bit more.
yeah, it's salary and what we do, but we alter the weeks like last year we had a lot of those snow days, and there ain't much you can do on the bogs on 10 feet of snow we had there at one point. It's like, stay home, we pay them for the day. So the salary, I use the salary so it works in both, favors. So it's, but yeah, you have your heavy times during harvest, of course, and then frost season, but we try to make up for it when we can, so. But it's a good job, yeah, good benefits. Company's been in business since 1852. So it's one of the longest running family companies in the United States. Oh, yeah?
He looks very interested.
That's not bad. though.
Look, your eyes jump up. You're like, "Wow,
It's not bad.
It's really not.
Not bad.
Oh, it's not bad for
I know people
start.
who graduate from
They get
college
20,
and
25.
don't even make
Oh, I
that
know it.
much.
It's crazy.
I know it. That's why you want to definitely improve yourselves in school as much as you can. They say start off as high as you can and work your way up, yeah. Yeah, I started there, it was $2.10 an hour when I started there.
Oh, man.
1976, yep.
Can't
Yep.
even be homeless with that.
I know, I bet. But yeah,
Right,
I remember getting my check, 40 hours, it was like,
That was a lot of money back then.
oh yeah, I get
Big
$85 a
Mac.
week, and most of my friends were working, so I'd have 60, 70, 80 bucks, I had a car. What do you get, I said, I work. Oh, you bum, because you're working on the bog, and then I got a car, and so, but you got nothing. So, but anyways, my father worked there 41 years also.
Oh, really?
And this is my 40th year, so I'm hoping to get 50 is kind of my goal before I want to reach 50 and retire, hopefully at 50 years. So kind of fun.
That's not
But
bad.
they treat me like part of the family. Everybody thinks I got stock in the company, which I don't. Because I've been there so long, everybody just thinks you're one of the owners, aren't you? No, I just work here. So it's kind of funny. Yeah, I've been there so long, like a part of the company. So, and they make you feel that way, which is good.
The company had stocks when you joined?
Well,
Okay.
you can buy stock. I get the higher ups. I know the CEO asked me recently if I'd want some for a bonus. And so, anyways, but they do have stocks that you can buy. But
Because
they're
I'm
like,
thinking if you bought it when you just first started.
I know, I wish I
you'd
did.
probably
You
be
making bank right
Yeah,
now.
I know
rich
it.
right now.
Right.
yeah, no, I wish I did. Yeah, they didn't offer them back then. They do now.
Oh.
But But my old boss actually bought 100 when they were, I think one of the guys in the office quit, he bought 100 from him, and he just retired last year, and he's, so I'm ready to cash these in now. I think he bought them for, what did he say, 500 a piece, and they're worth like 7,000-8,000 a piece now, 100 of them, so. Yeah, they've sold as high as 12,000, 13,000, but,
Wow.
yeah, but yeah, they're a growing company, like I said, look.
Mhm.
Yeah, big company, they own more land in the southeastern coast than anybody, they got 12,000 acres of land, 2,000 acres of cranberry bog, so they're a huge place. So,
Are you guys happy with your land, or are you trying to get more?
They sell some off and buy some, they'll sell some to like conservation, that's something that's all wetlands, they'll sell stuff off like that, and maybe buy something that, either buy some more bog, or maybe buy something they can develop real estate on or something.
So you're trying to expand.
Yeah, at the same time, and get rid of some of the stuff that's probably, we consider useless, or the real estate does. So they kind of, when I started there, they had 12,000 acres, and they still have 12 now, and they've done a lot of transitions over the years, so they seem to want to maintain kind of that number,
Yeah.
it seems.
Okay.
We haven't talked about expanding into Quebec for cranberry bog, but that got put on hold. I went there 2 years ago to check out the bog, and there's some good land out there for growing. They do a lot of cranberries there already, so my company was talking about going there or Wisconsin, and they put it on hold right now because for whatever reason, they don't want to spend more money, I think. But so I was looking forward to that, maybe get to travel once a year to one of those, and
Yeah,
Quebec was nice. Quebec City, yeah.
that's awesome. Whoa.
Eric,
That's right.
That's about it.
Actually waiting to come in here.
Oh, some people, we holding up to it.
Yeah.
All right, good luck,
Thank you.
good luck with your school.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank
Thank
you.
you for coming in.
Good luck.
Pleasure.
Means a lot.
Thank you.
Well,
Good luck.
nice to meet you.
Maybe I'll see you down there sometime.
Yeah.
Hey, remember
Look
you.
out for Marius.